I love football.
I bloody love football, don't I?
Back of the net.
Desire, hungry, and a lot of times I use the word horny to my players.
When we make clean sheet, I pay to everybody a pizza.
No, you have to make a decision in relation to that, because I need to know from you what is the most important thing, if it is to play well or if it is to win matches.
We've shown wonderful character this week.
You're very welcome along to PostToPost Sport, our League of Ireland season reviews for 2022. It's 2022, good. It feels like it's still 2019. We have Jay Mangan to look ahead to Shamrock Rovers season. Jay, you're a Man City supporter and a Shamrock Rovers supporter, so I'd say you're happy enough about how things are going in general, just in life.
Yeah, kind of. Unbeaten December, haven't lost since we were beaten at home, since Palace at home. So I'm kind of happy about it at the moment. And then as well looking forward to the new season.
Shamrock Rovers are favourites again, you'd have to say, for the Premier Division. How do you look back on last season, first of all? Second Premier Division title in a row. Probably answered a few questions as well, because there were people saying the season before was a shortened season, but this probably answered a few questions, this Premier Division title.
Yeah, they definitely proved that last season that they're better than the rest, but key signings as well this year with Andy Lyons and obviously Jack Bourne, but my concern is there will be players that won't be playing. So the way Bradley goes about things, 4-2-3-1, Richie Tell, Greenberg, Mandrew, Jack Bourne, there's four midfielders. Like they're forward attacking midfielders. So at least one of them is going to be sitting out. I can say Ben Burke didn't live up to the hype last season. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great in games. I think Richie Towell at times could have been better, but obviously he has to adapt to a move back to the League of Ireland after being away at Salford for a long time.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because you have four top players, but is there any way at all of fitting them all in, or is it a case of one has to sit out?
Personally, I would go with the 4-3-3. Probably play Danny and Graham on the wings, Jack and Richie in centre mid, and then just play Gary O'Neill in front of the back four. Yeah. I think that's the only way you could really adapt it.
Yeah. Is there any concern that maybe new signings disrupt things over the last two seasons? Is there any concern for you in that? Obviously, Jack Burns returning, he was there in the first place, but is there any concern about man management? Seems to be a big thing here for Stephen Bradley. He's going to have to keep everyone on the same page and make sure no one's getting fed up of sitting on the bench, no one's playing for themselves rather than the team.
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll all get their minutes in throughout the season 100%, because there's a lot of games. There's going to be teams who are going to have to deal with injuries. Hopefully not COVID the way the teams over in England and all around Europe had to adapt the last couple of weeks, but with games getting called off and all. But obviously, as we said, I think lads will get their minutes, but there will be lads that'll be getting more minutes than others. And as well in Rovers' midfield, we've seen how well Dylan Watts has been. We actually forgot all about him. He had a great season last year. And I think when the pressure's on him the most, he comes out on top.
Any other players who maybe haven't starred in recent season, any young players that you're thinking maybe could surprise us this season? Anyone you think could stand out for us?
Well, no one really expected Oidema Marco last year to get the goal in Tallaght in the Ortega game. Very good player. I think the only thing is with him, his strength. If he had a little bit more strength, because he does get knocked off the ball very easily at times, probably mostly more than others. As well, I think Andy Lyons is going to be a great player for Rovers. As well, what sometimes Bradley does, he sometimes goes goes like 5 at the back, playing with wing back. So we seen Finner do it a lot in the last year for Rovers. Obviously Sean Gannon, and then I think what he did was he brought Lyons in because of how like Sean Kavanagh. I felt so sorry for the lad that every time he's been injury hit since the cup final, unfortunately, and he can't quite recover. He can't get a string of games together. But I think that's another reason why we got Lyons. But it's also saying, is Kavanagh on his way out?
It's a tricky one. It's going to be tricky managing the squad this season. What's a good season? Is it Premier Division title or bust? Is it a bad season if they don't win the league again?
A trophy, whether it's a cup or whether it's league, it'll be brilliant, because we know that you've strengthened our squad. Dundalk have strengthened, especially with the appointment of Stephen O'Donnell. St. Pat's getting on Doyle, what a player he was over in England for Bolton. I think it was the most surprising transfer of this window, or probably has been in years in the League of Ireland. I think it will be between Rovers, Pats, and Dundalk and Derry this season. So it's going to be a 4-horse race, I reckon.
And it is good for the league. I'm sure as a Shamrock Rovers supporter, you'd rather a 100% winning record, win every game, and win the league by 30 points. But it is good for the league to have a title race.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, like every supporter wants that team to be winning every game. I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen, but anything could happen in a game of football, as I like to say. But yeah, it's like when we play balls, it's a derby at the end of the day. Anything could happen in the derby. Like, as a City fan, I should know that from when we used to play against United. When we're seeing United win leg after leg after leg. But then when they play City, they crack under pressure.
Smile on your face as you said that.
I couldn't help myself though. I tried to keep her in.
And, to be fair, as a Charlton supporter, I understand celebrating any victory when your team's not doing well. But in terms of Champions League, then, is there a realistic chance of getting Champions League football this season? Champions League group stage football?
I'd like to say yeah. We did last year because of the team, because of how well we were playing throughout the whole season, even at the start of the season. But if we do get Champions League football, it'll be the greatest thing an Irish club has ever done. Because of the modern game, we see the likes of Sheriff get into the Champions League this season. They played against Real Madrid, Inter Milan. We've seen Slovan over the last couple of years being in the Champions League. Teams like that, but Champions League will be unbelievable. Europa League as well will be nice. I'd take Conference League straight away. I think when we played against Florida Talon, thought we were unlucky not to come away with anything when we played away from home. And then obviously beating Antale, we came close. It'll be great to get European football, but Champions League, I think, is a realistic. I'm going to say 50-50 this season. It is and it isn't. But when we got knocked out of the Champions League last year against Slovan, we went straight into the Conference League, and we played the team from Albania. And we got the goal that put us through with Mau Marco. Brilliant finish. European football should be a realistic goal for Rovers this year, whether it's Conference League, Europa League or Champions League. I think we need to be in one of them competitions, because it'll be great for us and it'll be great for the league, and it'll be probably great for for most League of Ireland fans. But when Dundalk were playing Arsenal and all that in the last couple of years, everyone was supporting them. Everyone was even going to the games before that, before COVID, when Dundalk were in the Champions League and all, like going over and watching them play against European teams like Bowes last year when they played against Pauk. Shinji Kagawa and all that was playing against Bowes. Like you wouldn't see that every day.
Yeah, indeed you wouldn't. And then, I mean, European football for any Irish team is a massive deal. I want to ask you what you'll do if we ever see ourselves with a group stage containing Man City and Shamrock Rovers. We won't go there. Just finally, you mentioned the 4-horse race for the title in the Premier Division. Who are you looking at going down? Who do you think's finishing 10th, and who do you think's going to be in that relegation playoff?
Straight away, you're probably going to be thinking of the promoted teams and UCD. You could have a tough year. UCD probably. I think Shell will finish mid-table. And it's killing me to say this because I like Ollie Horgan as a manager. I think he's an absolute character. So I am going to say Finn Harps. We know they played well last season. At times they beat us, they beat Bowes, and they beat Dundee. They got massive results against the big teams last year. So will they get it again? I'm not sure. I know they made 1 or 2 signings, but I think it's going to be UCD and Finn Harps.
Well, thanks very much, Jay. You can follow Jay Mangan on Instagram. His account TotalFootball459.
Thanks, Ron.
It's at PostToPost.Sport on Twitter and Instagram.